Hey everyone, it's your girl TeraMichelle. Welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today's video is not a top 20 for life. I want to be very clear on that. This is what would happen if I curated my collection down to 20 fragrances right now. I know a lot of you've heard me say that my 5-year plan is to get down to 20 fragrances. My favorite fragrances at that time, and as I use them, I can rotate in new ones. So that's the difference between a top 20 for life and the video that I'm doing today. This isn't if someone told you you could only have 20 fragrances, what would they be? Instead, it's based on your current mood and your current tastes. If you only had or could only have 20 fragrances right now, what would they be? And again, after you use them up, you can bring in something new. But my perfect 20 right now actually surprised me. So let's jump right into the video. These are in no particular order because they would just be the 20 that would be in my collection. We're going to start off here with Mansara. This is Roses Greedy, which is new to my collection. I bought it a few months ago this year. Guys, this is amazing. I am not one who is a lover of rose fragrances. This is very interesting how much I like this one, but you have blackcurrant in here and peach and jasmine and all kind of flowers and rose and just so much going on in here. This is not your basic boring or old, outdated grandma rose. It's so pretty, it's so fresh, it's so yummy and delicious. Mandarin orange, just a little bit of zest in there. This is amazing. I really love this. A fantastic purchase. Forever grateful to Lulu for sending me a sample of this and Juicy Flowers. They were immediate hits for me. I had to have them. So again, that is Roses Greedy by Mansara. Next up, we have one of the most beautiful fragrances in my collection. She is a top 10 for life for me. This is La Belle by Jean-Paul Gaultier, the original La Belle. I just love the packaging of this, the smell of this, the pear, the vanilla, the vetiver. Amazing. And she's just a keeper. That's all I can say about that. I'm pretty sure all of you have heard about her, are trying to get her, or have her and love her. I know there's like 1 or 2 people on earth who aren't as impressed, but again, guys, we have to pray. We have to pray for them. That's all we can do. Next up, we have one that, either you love it or you don't. For me, it's a must. This is Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Baccarat Rouge 540. I'm moving my way through it. I was just sitting it on the shelf and just looking at it and smelling it from the cap, but you know what? YOLO, so I'm going to use it and I'm going to wear it. This is a beautiful fragrance. It has been duped so many times. It is literally, of all the fragrances in my collection, the hardest one to describe. I just love it. There's nothing else I can say about it. It's Baccarat Rouge, baby. Up next, we have a fragrance that I've had for quite some time that I used to wear every time I went out, like to poetry slams or open mic nights, art gallery openings, showings, things like that. And it is such a huge compliment getter. And I have been wearing her lately because I'm really enjoying her and her flanker called Leger. This is Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. I just like to show the bottle, so I'll be trying not to have my hand and fingers in the way. The stiletto, baby. Come on, like primo packaging, just amazing. Why did I just say isn't that cousin? Listen, I'm not. Why do I just should have kept it. Whatever. Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. There are so many notes in here. This fragrance just smells good to me. That's all I can say. I do pick up the almond. I get a little bit of the tuberose. I do get a little bit of the coffee. There's a lot that's going on in here, but what it does is it smells amazing, and it is huge on compliments. Men love this on me. Women too. Because I have just as many women compliment me as I do. Like, I wore this to work and they were like, what is that? Like, I need that. And actually, one of my coworkers asked for it for Christmas and was just gifted it. She was so happy. She got the limited edition bottle. So kudos. Congratulations to her. This next fragrance is a recent purchase from earlier this year. My subscribers looked at my pear video in my note series and said, honey, you cannot have this list without this fragrance on it. They were so correct. Pear Ink from Juliet Has a Gun. Musk, pear, ambroxan, ambretolide. Doesn't get any better than this. This is such a huge compliment getter. I think I got like 7 compliments the first day that I wore this. It just wafts. It just follows you. The scent trail, the scent bubble, the sillage, whatever you were talking about. The projection, the longevity, whatever word you like to use when talking about wanting your fragrance to last and to just permeate off of your body. This fragrance is going to give you, oh my, I love this fragrance. Y'all saw my reaction when I talked about it, when I hauled it. This is amazing. I am forever grateful to every single person who got in that comment section and named this fragrance. You guys were right on the money. This next fragrance just might be my favorite rose fragrance in my collection, and it is also an extremely new purchase for me. This is called Pivon or something Suju. This is from Armani Privé. You guys saw this. This is such a beautiful fragrance. It's the Nacre version, so it always feels so weird to me to shake up a perfume. I'm like the blasphemy of it all, okay? But it's so beautiful. And then you see it. Oh my gosh. So this is a beautiful rose fragrance, okay? This is rose and May rose and peony, which is my favorite floral note. I think there's musk in here. There's amber in here. There's raspberry. Like there's a lot that's going on, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty and it's so pink. This top, this pearlescence type of thing, this is exactly what this perfume should look like because of the way it smells. So beautiful, so light, so effortless, so feminine, and not a heady, obnoxious floral. For it to have rose and May rose, it's just not, look, this is just exquisite. I absolutely love this. Again, yeah, the name of this will be in the description box, of course, because I'm just not going to keep trying to say it and butcher it. This is really and truly one of my favorite fragrances. It's definitely got to be like a top 20 for life for me. And it's a dupe. It's an inspired by fragrance from Dossier. I cannot talk enough about Powdery Hawthorne. This is a dupe of Tom Ford's Metalique. I can't explain to you guys why I love this the way that I do. It's not any one particular thing. The whole vibe of this is amazing. And I still need to get my nose on the actual Metalique. I'm just curious to see how close they are. But yo, I love this fragrance. It just gives me nothing else like it in my collection vibes. You guys, and you know, like I have 425 fragrances. So for me to find something that I go, wow, I haven't smelled that before. Wow, that's interesting. That's unique. It's just amazing. Again, from the House of Dossier, this is Powdery Hawthorne. Just fantastic. This was a no-brainer. Every last one of you in the Terra Squad knew this is going to be on here. Say it with me, guys. No, not Mon Garland. Fruit Punch Kool-Aid. I'm sorry, that's not the name of it. Room 129 from the House of Taliaferro. This is my baby. I love this perfume. Look at this dent. I purchased this year. Now that I have a backup bottle, it's on and popping. So when I go on vacation, I'm probably going to wear this like every day or every other day. I just want to represent St. Louis with Fruit Punch Kool-Aid or Room 129. Love this. Next up from the House of Toka, we have Stella. This is my favorite blood orange, bitter orange combo perfume. There's so much going on in here. You have lily, you have freesia, you have wild orchid. I think there's musk in here. There's some watery notes, but this is in sandalwood. I cannot forget the sandalwood. Did I say musk? I think there's musk in here too. This is just such a sexy citrus. This is not zesty and, you know, sour or anything like that. This is such a grown up, amazing use of blood orange. Yeah, I love this fragrance. Stella is my baby. I adore her. And I'm glad I made the purchase of a full bottle because I went through two of those little travel bottles that they have that were gifted to me. And yeah, I yeah. She's an all year round fragrance for me too. So if you're someone who deals with all four seasons like I do, but you still crave your citruses in the winter, this is how you grown up sexify a citrus and pull it off in winter without looking completely crazy. To those who care about seasons, which I do. Um, every now you want what you want when you want. Every now and then I will reach for something just so opposite of what I normally would. But for the most part, I am a seasonal perfume wearer. I can wear her anytime. Again, that is Stella from the House of Toka. My favorite cloudberry fragrance. I think this is my only cloudberry fragrance. And what even is a cloudberry? Like, really? This is Marc Jacobs Daisy Love. Brand new bottle because I finished a 1.7 earlier this year. You guys know I love this fragrance. It's pretty for the sake of being pretty. It carries well in the wind, even though like it normally doesn't project off of you a lot unless you're a heavy sprayer, which I am. But this is a very close and intimate scent. It can be close to the skin, but for some reason, let a breeze hit you. People that are in that path are like, "Ooh, you smell so good." It's one of those. It's one of those where you think it may not be projecting or, permeating off of you, but people pick up on it and they really like it. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. Again, that's Marc Jacobs Daisy Love. I never thought that plum, musk, heliotrope, and suede would be something I would be clamoring for. When I first heard about this, I wasn't really moved. And then, I started seeing videos from Suki London and a few other people. And then it was Josh Jane from Joss's Mixology and Fragrance Reviews. I think that's the new name of her channel, who said that this was her favorite fragrance at the time that she did that video. And I was like, I keep putting this in my cart, taking it out. Let me get my nose on this, because for Josh to say that with as varying, as her collection is, that means a lot. Well, I am definitely team Musk Noir from the House of Narciso Rodriguez. This is stunning. I can't say it enough. If I had my way, it would be louder. This is I won't say it's a skin scent, but it's definitely not beast mode or diva mode for sure. However, I wish it was. But if you're in close quarters, like if someone comes into your office, they're definitely going to smell you. But I would want this to seep throughout the walls in the building. That's how good it smells. This fragrance to me feels like I could put it on my top 10 for life list right now. That is how much it smells good to me. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the way that I react to this. This is sexy. And it almost comes across like it could be like a light cologne-y type of vibe where a man might be able to pull it off too, but not masculine. Y'all know, somebody, who was that? I'm not going to name you because I know exactly who it was. Came to me about a fragrance that I was raving about and was like, is it masculine? And I said, now you know. Because I know you part of Terror Squad. That I am not out here wearing no masculine fragrances. Stop playing with me. So, but it's just, it smells, like I said, it's one of those fragrances where when you wake up in the morning, you smell lightly of him, and I'm all here for that, okay? This is beautiful. It's beautiful. I can't say enough about it. Again, from Narciso Rodriguez, this is Musk Noir for her. Again, if you're a part of the Terror Squad, you've heard about this fragrance. If you've watched any of my fall videos, you've heard about this fragrance. You know it's a top 10 for life for me. I own 3 of these bottles, same size, 3. This is Angel Muse from the House of Mugler. Don't play with me about my Angel Muse. This is the sexiest, heaviest, most decadent patchouli fragrance I've ever smelled. It's my favorite patchouli fragrance. Yo, it's just sexy. It's just sexy. I cannot wait for the snow to start falling. I mean, I can, but once it does, this is going to be one that I'm wearing so much. This is just like the people rant and rave about By the Fireplace for winter, or even me with Velvet Vanilla by Mansara. This is my favorite winter fragrance. Hands down, it's amazing. That's all. This fragrance here was the first fragrance that Alex ever purchased for me. And it was the first fragrance that was a non-celebrity fragrance that I ever owned. So when this came out, I just fell in love with it. It's a beautiful water lily rose freesia fragrance. There's a tartness from the mandarin orange in here, and I do believe that you have Virginia cedar and sandalwood in this. So this is from Coach, and it's called Poppy. This is the original Poppy. I think they have, like, you know, how many flankers, you know, now, who knows. But I love this. This is a tart fragrance. It really is tart to me. I would have expected there to be something like lemon or something in this with the amount of tartness that I get, but it's just a beautiful fragrance. It's a beautiful tart floral fragrance. I love it. I love it. I'm so nostalgic about it. Because I missed it, it hadn't been in my collection for years. I went ahead and purchased a small one. It was just like, I don't know if I'm still gonna love it the way I do. While it isn't all that in a bag of chips like it was for me, because that was my signature scent. I wore it every day. And I can't say that about a lot of fragrances, but there are a handful. I did that with some Ed Hardy's. Definitely with my celebrity fragrances, but non-celebrity fragrances would be Ed Hardy, or is he a celebrity? I don't know. Hearts and Daggers, and then Love Kills Slowly. And then I also went through a phase where all I wore was Guess by Marciano. So this is very special to me. If you just want a beautiful spring, summer fragrance, and you like a light tart floral with some woods, I think that you'll really enjoy this. There might be musk in here too. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. This is my favorite bubblegummy candied tuberose. It is exquisite. I also love the intense version, but right now, this is the one I would have if I were curating my 20. This is My Way by Giorgio Armani. You guys know I've talked about this in so many videos. It has its own dedicated review, I believe, or maybe it was in combination with a bunch of new ones that had just released and I talked about. I love, love, love this fragrance. I know it's at the top of my Tuberose list. Was it number one? It should have been. Or was it Velvet Tuberose? Either way, I absolutely love the bubblegummy or candied versions of tuberose. I'm not really into tuberose any other way because it gets too like grandma-ish for me. But My Way is just the perfect tuberose. This is my favorite beach fragrance, my favorite vacation fragrance, one of my favorite summertime fragrances. It is amazing. I've gone through a full bottle of this before. And this is the one that I've had for almost a year now because it was a replacement. And I didn't travel last year, so I didn't really reach for it. Wasn't outside doing much. But this is from Tom Ford. One of the only two fragrances I own. This is Eau de Soleil Blanc. And I also have the regular Soleil Blanc. Man. Guys, the citrus is in this, the coconut, like it is just so vacation, tropical, amazing. It's amazing. The first time I smelled it, I said, what is this? Then it dried down about 5 minutes. I was like, oh, I like this. So I wore it the next day, and that whatever hit me that first time didn't come back, and I was just in love. And yeah, this is the bee's knees for me when it comes. You know what? Bees don't even have knees. I cannot stand when I say that. I say it all the time anyway. So yeah, this is my favorite vacation fragrance. This is my favorite beach time fragrances. You can't go wrong with it. Unless you're someone with that type of skin that turns citruses sour on you in the heat, then you may want to stay away from this. But baby, this just works for me. I love it. It's the rhubarb for me. It's the rhubarb for me. Even though the rhubarb in this is what turns a lot of people off, and they move over to the exclusive version, which I think is absolutely grotesque. This baby here, formerly a top 20 or a top 10 for life, now a top 20 for life. You know what? I think I'm being unfair to her because this used to be my favorite travel fragrance, one of my favorite travel fragrances. This is Delena from the House of Parfums de Marly. I fell in love with this when I took a sample to Florida. So I consider it a lot, sometimes a vacation fragrance. We didn't really go anywhere last year, so it's kind of weird. But also too, because I wear this and usually never get a compliment. Like I wore this for a year or more before I got my first compliment on it. And while that normally doesn't bother me, because of how much it costs and how much I love it, I think it irritates me. I'm like, you know what? Forget these peons. They don't deserve to smell her. However, you know, sometimes, a lot of times people just don't say anything. I've had people before tell me they were scared to compliment a person because they didn't know what would send them to HR. So, but I digress. She is amazing. She is a stellar fragrance. She is definitely not one for the faint at heart. I did not like her the first time I smelled her. I just kept wearing the sample throughout the vacation because for some reason something just kept going, give her another chance. But I like the fourth wear. I was hooked. Ordered the bottle and it was on the porch waiting for me when we got home. I planned it to get there the same day that we arrived, and I haven't looked back since. But she's just amazing, and the tartness from the rhubarb that tends to make a lot of people shy away is why I covet her the way that I do. She's absolutely amazing. Again, that is Miss Queen Delena. Next up is my favorite red berries and honeysuckle fragrance. I've told you guys that when I travel with this fragrance, I get so many compliments and it just tickles me pink because I never tell anybody what it is because I don't even want to see their faces and their reaction when they find out it's from Viva La Juicy, baby. This is Viva La Juicy Le Fleur. I live for this fragrance. I had samples and decants of this. I haven't, from Scentbird and places like that. I have no idea how I'm going to travel with this. I guess I'm just going to, if I'm not flying, I'm just going to throw it in the bag because this is one that I love to wear out. It's so pretty. It carries very well on the wind, just like Marc Jacobs Daisy Love. But this also, I'm a heavy sprayer. This is also one that people are going to smell. You're going to leave a scent trail. You're going to have a scent bubble. She is beautiful, ultra feminine, and just one of my favorites. I love her. Again, that's Viva La Juicy Le Fleur. And I know a couple of you have purchased this and came back and told me that you really loved it. It really is a beautiful, like, springtime summer fragrance. Yeah, people need to stop hating on Viva La Juicy. Now, you guys knew I had to have a flanker of this. Come on. Mon Garland, of course. I had to choose one of the flankers because I love them all. And depending on my mood, can reach for them every day. So this one is the most universal. You guys should know what I'm talking about. I absolutely love her. She's just a little lighter and brighter than the Eau de Parfum. They added some peony, some other floral notes just to give her more of a well-rounded, less heavy vibe. And I love her. This is Mon Garland Floral. Beautiful, beautiful all year round fragrance. I absolutely love this. And I just felt like, yeah, enough of the lavender and the vanilla and the jasmine to still give me the vibe and the to feel that void or to scratch that itch or fulfill my need of the Mon Garland DNA. But like I said, lighter and brighter so as to not offend anyone who may be sensitive to the lavender that's in the Eau de Parfum. Mon Garland Floral, absolutely stunning. At this point, my initial reaction to this when I first tested it, as well as my follow-up review, are like iconic, I think. It's just, everyone has seen it. This is the cleanest, most feminine, pure, just angelic fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. Hands down, I love this fragrance. This is Mont Blanc Signature for her. Honey, enough said. I put the card up for anybody who has not seen my review, but I know y'all have seen it. Hashtag Terra Squad. The infamous gunpowder notes. This fragrance for me is a beautiful use of osmanthus and orange blossom, jasmine, patchouli, benzoin. It's a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I know a lot of people think it's super, super sweet, but I didn't like the original flanker. The original flanker, I don't care about Wale's song. I don't care. Flower Bomb is gross in the original formulation. This, however, is Flower Bomb Nectar. Super new to my collection in the full bottle form. Went through a couple of travel sizes. Just didn't want to pay, what they were asking for from Victor and Rolf. So I found a very great deal on this one. I'm so glad to have her in my collection. Just absolutely love her. I love sweet fragrances, so I'm here for it. But I'm a sucker for orange blossom and osmanthus and patchouli used the correct way. So this is a beauty. I am so glad to have. Been waiting for a long time to get a bottle of it. It absolutely had to make the cut. Thanks so much for watching my video, guys. Was there anything that you thought I'd choose that I didn't? If so, drop it in the comments below. You know I love talking to you guys. Please do not forget to click the like button and subscribe to the Terra Squad, as well as select that notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. Until then, guys, bye.